What up, YouTube? It's Fortnite2156 here. I hope y'all had a happy Halloween and stuff. Uh, this I was gonna do today was gonna be a different type of video where I was gonna be smoking. It's raining outside, so I don't really want to smoke right now. So Cool Dude 84343. Uh, I'll save that video for the next one. What you asked last night or the night before. Uh, this video is going to teach y'all how to dip and not look like you never dipped in your life. Uh, just because I've had friends that come up to me saying that they want to try dipping, but they don't want to look like that. You know, don't want to look like a new person to dip. And I gotta agree with them. You don't want to look like a new person to dip around friends, around you know anybody who actually. Making sure I didn't have any more of that. Okay. The keys are what you're dipping on and how you're dipping on. Yeah. Say for instance, go to the store, you want to try buy your very first can of dip. And it took me a few years to actually understand the concept of because I was a smoker for a long time, same with dipping, but I was a smoker for a long time. I didn't know what I liked in smoking or dipping. I'll just grab that because heck, I need a drink. Shout out Circle K. Love that place. It's actually the gas station that I go to almost every time I'm trying to get dip or something like that. So the first thing is know where you're gonna go. Second thing is get friendly with the people there. Like if you go in there every day, like I do, or every other day, like I do, get to know when their truckloads of tobacco products are gonna come in. Because you want the fresh. You don't want something that has been seen back or on the shelf for a couple days. So get used to knowing when trucks come in, and then that's how you can get the freshest of stuff. Depending on what you have, different makers, which is Kayak, Longhorn, Grizzly, Copenhagen, Skull, uh, Kodiak, Red Seal. I'm not leaving somebody out. Well, those are the ones I can find easily here. There might be a few more, but those are really the ones I can find here. If you're just a very beginner to dipping in general and you're just wanting to just try it, I would suggest instead of spending, five to $3 or more, uh, try to stay away from Grizzly and Copenhagen, just because those are a little more expensive. Uh, your friends might call you a wuss for not going for those, but it helps. Uh, Now, things that are lower priced than those, your Skull, your Longhorn, your Kayak, and your Timberwolf are lower priced than those. They're really good. Those are just three of the main, or four of the main good ones that I dip a lot. Kayak, I don't hardly dip as much. Wolf, I don't dip as much. And of course. Skull, I don't dip as much. But Longhorn, I found that it has a more balanced flavor between wintergreen and tobacco flavored. So I prefer that one. It's really on your preference. If you want just more flavor, I would go with something more like a either a grizzly wintergreen or a grizzly mint or a skull extra wintergreen or an extra mint for the extra flavors. Uh, then as you build up your knowledge of the flavor and stuff like that, you can try different dip companies. I like Longhorn just because it's more of a medium between the two flavors, tobacco flavor and the wintergreen flavor. So I keep those two, solid um, together. And I used to do a whole lot of grizzly. I kind of stopped doing grizzly just because how expensive they are. I'm not poor, I can afford them. But when I don't have to afford those, and I go with something that's only $1.49, and at some Walmart you can buy it for $1. In some states it is only like 95 cents. Uh, I think in either Kentucky or uh, Nevada area, Longhorn is only $1, I believe. Uh, it makes it a whole lot more worth it to buy Longhorn than something else. I think my entire pyramid over here is just probably mainly Longhorn. Ah, I hate when I have allergy issues today. But the first thing that you're going to notice when you first buy a can, that's why I didn't crack this can yet, is that it's sealed. There is always check your seal to make sure that there's no like air pockets, loose wrapper, or anything on it. Always run your finger around it. If you feel like it's giving a little, where it's bubbling out some, like right there. I don't know if you can hear that. Like a bubble. It's okay because that's not up there where the crack is. And the crack I'm talking about is the little lip where you have to run your finger over. That's just right there on the bottom corner. So that's just an air bubble that manufacturers put in there. To fix that, you don't really have to. I would just like to make sure there is no air in that label. Makes it easier to crack with nails that you don't really have. If you get that, I didn't get a bubble out there. That's why it was so hard for my nail to crack open. And you just take the can, hold it upside down, and you stick your nail in to there. Man, if there was women dippers, they would have no problem with this. And then just start sliding it around. When you get to this, the barcode, it's going to be a lot thicker because that's where the two ends of the label got over each other. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll go back over that about twice just to smooth down the edges. So that's a cracked can now. And like I say in all my videos, and I try to teach y'all the best way to get y'all's first dip in from a new can is to add a little bit of water. Do not smell it first before you add the water. And I just added probably 4 or 5 drops. And give it a good shake. People say adding water just dulls your flavor. It doesn't really dull your flavor, it just makes it easier so it can pack. If you don't like adding water, you can add, say, a soft drink flavoring or something else that you do like more. I've added NOS, the energy drink, to it before. Water, Red Bull, Monster. But with those, the NOS, the Red Bull, and Monster, you gotta put it in the freezer. Let it freeze up and then pull it out and let it thaw. Alright, so what you should get is something that looks like that. There you go. You'll have a little space up here. That's what the machine will allow. Take these 2 fingers. If you can't get a good enough pinch for you, take these 3 fingers. People say it's terrible to have 2 fingers up here and 1 finger here and pinch like that. I say, as long as you're a dipper, like I am, I've been dipping for a long time, you're going to be having a bigger pocket here, and you're going to have a bigger tolerance for the nicotine level. So always keep that in mind. If you're brand new, take these 2 fingers, stick it in, and I would say start off with a pinch that big. That's not big. That's the size of probably a quarter size. And I'm not going to put a killer filler in there, which I usually do. And what y'all can do to make sure that y'all don't look like total, novices on dipping. And I do highly recommend you get one. It's a Mud Jug. This is their Mud Jug Roadie, but Mud Jug Flask. They're just a spittoon. One of the best in the U.S. and actually anywhere. They ship pretty much anywhere. And you can go get yourself one of these at mudjug.com. MUDJUG. Mudjug.com. Go check their website out. They are a U.S. made product. I back them. I love them. I'm not sponsored by them. I just love this product. So I got a little full there. There. They come with a funnel that goes on top. Never spill. And these fit in every size cup holder. I lost my other one, but go get yourself a Mud Jug today because it'll last. This one has lasted me about 2-3 years, and I love it. It doesn't stink. I mean, the easiest thing to remember when you're spinning into a Mud Jug is depending if you dip, say, a whole can in one day, make sure you empty it out periodically. Like after you spit, say, and you see that it's forming up in that little funnel, pop that funnel off with your two fingers on the backside, push up, empty. I don't have the funnel on this because the funnel on this one was a little bit harder to get off, but I didn't have a problem with that just because of this one has a couple of dings from, well, me accidentally running it over with the car. So the lid kind of had to form to it, I guess. But it's held up great. This is the Blue Lives Matter. I don't think they still have the Blue Lives Matter mud jug. But go get yourselves one of those because that will show that you aren't a novice to dipping. Don't let me catch y'all spitting into a plastic water bottle. I don't have one here because I would have showed you what it looks like actually. Oh wait, yeah I do. I have one that I've been using as my dump cycle because I take it and I put it in my garden, the tobacco. That's what this is a green water bottle. This is all spit and tobacco at the bottom. Maybe some mold too, but yeah, don't recommend spitting to that. But I take that one straight out to my garden, dump it in the bed. It's good fertilizer because you get the tobacco leaves and stuff like that. Like I said, first you'll need to figure out what dip you're going to dip on. Either wolf, longhorn, kayak, Kodiak, uh, skull, uh, grizzly, Copenhagen, any of those are good dips for different levels. I would say the starter level would be longhorn, kayak, or Timberwolf, or Copenhagen. The immediate to a little heavier is grizzly and skull, just because of the burn ratio. I don't really get burns from longhorn, wolf, kayak, Kodiak, or another one. Damn it. Or Copenhagen, as I do with grizzly or skull. So that's another thing. The burn is actually nicotine hitting your gum line right here. So since this is going to go again, stay hydrated. Always drink, a lot of water before and after you dip to keep your body hydrated. Hydration is key to a good dip. You can, play video games while dipping. You can, work if your work allows you to dip. Dip while working, which is a good thing. Dip while driving, which is even better thing because you're focusing on the road, but you also have a dip in, relaxes. Just be mindful of where you're dipping and the rules that I apply. Is it in a public setting where people can judge you? I don't care what people say, so I do that, but definitely keep mindful of where you're spitting. If you're at a football game and your stadium has those ramps that go up on the side of it, don't spit over the edge of that ramp because there's somebody usually right below you. Go to the football stadium's restroom, spit it down the toilet. Please, I don't want to see people coming out of a football game with hair that's so stuck together with tobacco spit and tobacco leaves. Even though it is funny, but it's stupid. Don't do it. when you're getting rid of your dip can here, here's my big pet peeve. Get rid of dip can is like getting rid of something you paid, for video games, or if you're a smoker, like getting rid of your box of cigarettes. I don't keep my boxes of cigarettes just because that's cardboard. These cans are plastic mixed with, well, if you buy Grizzly or Copenhagen or a few of these higher end ones, they come with metal lids. I keep my can, stack them up. It also shows that you are a dipper. If you look at a guy, his name is Mudjug1 on YouTube. He is actually the creator of the Mudjug. He is really good, and that's Mudjug with a number 1 at the end of it on YouTube. Go check his channel out. He's awesome. Same with Outlaw Dipper, or Outlaw. He's an awesome dipper too. Go check his channel out. They are both really good, and they inspired me to get involved with the dipping. Actually, it's, in my opinion, dipping is just a better way of smoking. Without smoking, you would not have vape, you would not have dip. So, we got to thank smokers, or smoking, for the smokeless tobaccos and vapors. I don't thank cigarettes for the smoke, vaping, just because of my pet peeves with vapors. A lot of my friends do it. I just tell them do not do it in my truck. But that'll be a whole nother video that I explain why I don't like vape versus cigarettes and versus dipping. That'll be a whole nother video in itself. So as I say in all my videos, I am ForNeck2156. Keep on smiling. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all on the next video.